Good morning, everybody. This is Chubbs coming at you. How are you doing today? Hopefully you guys are doing good. It's a beautiful Friday morning. I'm gonna walk all the way down to have some breakfast, and went to Apple Market today, so I got a little time, get a little exercise in. There's a topic that I want to bring up, something that I was concerned about before I moved here, something that's come up in the news lately again. So I want to talk on personal safety and kidnappings and things like that. So let's get to it. Look at these places are coming along. They got the top of the building all refurbished. Look like they're going to be rooms upstairs. All these little rooms inside are getting completed. Got a lot of busted up old shitty concrete out here. Wow, it's looking good. I don't know if you've seen in the news lately, but there's been a missing beauty pageant contestant and her boyfriend. Disappeared up towards Tarlac. They live here in the same town as Ann and I, Malabañas. But there's a Miss Geneva Sarita Lopez, age 26, and her boyfriend Yitzhak Cohen, age 37. But they have gone missing. They've been missing for a week now. They went up to some land deal or some dealings up Tarlac way, you know, 15 miles away, 20 miles away. Their SUV was found burned. I'll show you a picture of it right here. Some identification like a credit card or her ID, semi-burned, was also recovered from the burned vehicle. And they still haven't found these people. You know, it's a tragic story. Something that sometimes is, well, it used to be something that happened quite a bit. Not calling it a kidnapping, it could just be a, I don't know what it is. I'm not going to even speculate. Hopefully they'll turn up soon. But I did some researching and I was looking at some of the statistics, and this is again something that I was concerned about before I moved here. Is kidnappings. Kidnappings here in the Philippines. Back in the 2010s, 2015, 2016, there was some tourists that were kidnapped at a resort, and they ended up, two of them were beheaded. I mean, it was a tragic story. They're held for ransom usually. You know, that one I think they wanted millions. Some are only hundreds of thousands of pesos, these kidnapping cases, and then they were released. Back to the numbers. Back in 2019, right before COVID, there was 85 kidnappings here in the Philippines. Of course, in 2020 and 2021, it went down to 33 and 38. 41 in 2022. As for 2023, sometimes the numbers are skewed. Some say it's like 20, some say it's like 40. You know, and sometimes these numbers are misleading, because it's not just foreigners that are getting kidnapped, it's also local officials, politicians or higher level people. You know, politics here again can get pretty brutal, pretty crazy. Sometimes people get wiped out or kidnapped for ransom. Little side note, as I walk by this Lewis Grand Hotel, I don't know if you remember this. The owner of this, the person who had this Lewis Grand built, he mysteriously disappeared as well back in the day. His body was never recovered. From what I researched and found out about this place, I think he was getting together for a deal. He was never recovered, but after he went missing a week later, there were some dealings, like his his shares in, say, this hotel or in his real estate dealings were suddenly transferred to somebody else, which made people think that he was still around, but he never did turn up. So there again, that gets really suspect. Back to the numbers I gave you about kidnappings and disappearances. You know, the majority of these people that are disappearing are the Chinese. In China, it's illegal to gamble. So what a lot of them do is they come over here to gamble to find employment. And those are the ones that disappear. You know, most of them are recovered after a ransom is paid. It has dealings with the POGO, the Philippines Offshore Gambling Organization. You know, Chinese, there's hundreds of thousands that flock to the Philippines every year to gamble, and for other things, tourism and everything else. It seems like the Chinese are the majority of some of these kidnappings some of these years. There's a couple police forces and task forces that are involved with this. There's the PNT, the Philippines National Police. Of course, they're always out looking out for foreigners and people that are kidnapped. There's also the AKG, the anti-kidnapping group. It's a special task force of the police, I believe, around here. They're also trying to combat the problem of kidnapping and all. Look at that tall guy. Jesus. Woo. Emotions with a touch of class. I think I've been in here once to play pool league, just to stop in. I never played. A lot of these other bars I have been. But you might ask, where is the majority of the problem with the kidnappings here in the Philippines? So when I researched, I found out that Mindanao area is probably the most unsafe area to visit in the Philippines. That's south. That's the second largest island. And if you're on Mindanao, or if you're going to Mindanao, I guess the west shoreline, western part of it is the area where you want to be suspect of or be vigilant. Search out, you know, touch base with the police around there, let them know that you're there if you need to be there. I think even people that go to work there have to get special permission to go work there. One of the main cities is Marawi. I'll try to show you guys on a map what I'm talking about. But Marawi is a bad area, I guess. And why is it so crazy down there? There's civil unrest. You know, there's terrorism, there's kidnappings that run rampant down that way. I believe there's a dispute between a couple religions. I'm not going to get into the whole religious side of it all, but that's the problem down there. Now, not all of Mindanao is bad. You have Davao, which I believe is on the eastern side, and Davao is a big tourist attraction. You know, and that's a big city. As long as you stay towards the big cities, you're going to be safe. It's when you venture out from the big cities that it gets a little dangerous. You know, 30% of all countries are considered dangerous areas to visit. Yeah, Philippines is part of that. If you're going to the Philippines, you should figure out, research where you're going to be thinking of going, how dangerous it could be there, what areas to avoid, what groups of people to possibly avoid. So yes, there are parts of the Philippines that are dangerous, and there's parts that are beautiful. Angeles City here is not a very dangerous city. There are the occasional robberies and thefts. Seldom ever is there a kidnapping. There's more of the petty thefts like stealing cell phones, pickpocketing. Nope, no thank you, sir. Stuff like that here. I've had a couple occasions where I was approached And that was all right. They never got anything, but it's a little unnerving, you know, when you have something like that occur. Shakes you up for a day. Just be cautious. Know your surroundings. Know where you're at. Know what you're doing. Narciso. This is the street I so speak of. This is, in fact, this is where both the places had occurred, or both incidents had occurred. At night, they say that the groups reside right behind me at that store there. Then they'll radio ahead for people to go down there, or people that are walking down there that they're coming. And then that's when they get in themselves in trouble. It's usually late night, dark. So it's like a group that is doing this. All in all, people, I wouldn't be very concerned if you're coming. Just do your research. 5820. Ooh, hello, hello. 5820. Wow, that's pretty good. Just do your research. Be vigilant. Have your head on a swivel. If you're out late at night, know your surroundings. Know what's going on. And you can protect yourself pretty well with all that. Grab a trike at night if you've had a few beers. If you're staying in a hotel a little bit away from Walking Street, do what you can do to be safe. And don't get me wrong, in no way am I saying don't visit Mindanao. Mindanao is a beautiful place. Beautiful cities down around Mindanao. You have Davao, you have Siargao, you have some of the most beautiful scenic surf towns, areas, beach towns, resorts. So don't take me wrong there. Hello, hello. All right, I made it. That's not a long walk. It's just you got to get out early morning to do something like this. Not on here. Ran into my friend Dave, Massachusetts.
Hey, what's up?
So we're gonna ask him, as long as I'm on the topic of safety here in the Philippines, have you ever been robbed or approached, or any issues regarding yourself?
Mostly just with the little kids, you know, the little 12-year-old kids with the reddish hair and the bare feet.
Yeah.
You know, they're trying to constantly get you on MacArthur.
Yes, yes.
And, well, the other day, I had these 3 lady boys.
Okay.
I was shocked.
Okay.
They tried to get my phone.
Oh.
And
they can be aggressive.
And they
don't mean to interrupt you.
They kind of corner you too.
Yes.
So there's like no way to go.
Yes.
But through them. So I mean, as long as you hang on to your phone, which is what I was doing, and the few pesos I had in my pocket at the time, you're good. But if you're coming from the ATM, you gotta be careful leaving the ATMs, because there are some ATMs. There's one on MacArthur that I go to that lets you take 20,000 pesos at a time.
Yes.
I think it's BPI. People are watching you.
Yes, they are.
So you have to kind of always be aware of your surroundings at all times.
Yes.
So that, I mean, other than that though, I mean, I've been coming here to the Philippines since 2005 and Angeles since 2006. I haven't had any issues.
Right.
I mean, I did leave my room unlocked one time.
Yep.
And somebody came by and they robbed my phone.
That's another good topic.
Yeah, I was hammered. They had that festival on MacArthur, and I got lit.
Yeah.
So I just went home and I didn't secure the door. I didn't lock it.
Yeah.
And somebody came by and took a peek inside, but I found that person on the CCTV camera.
Oh.
And I knew who it was.
Yeah.
I knew who it was. I was like, wow, she robbed me.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
Oh.
Well, I couldn't believe it, but that's besides the point. She was just one of the crackheads that walk by here all the time.
Yeah.
Or Shabu addicts.
Yep.
We got her on the camera, and my girlfriend at the time, her father worked in the barangay.
Okay.
So he helped get her, but then you gotta pay the broker guy.
Yeah, that's
and then
part
you
of
never
it.
get the cash back. I was like 10,000 pesos because I had just gone to the ATM. And at that time, I was using the regular ATMs, which allow you to take up to 10,000. She got that, my phone, and my watch.
Oh my god.
I got my watch back.
Yeah.
But you know, it cost me a little bit.
Yeah.
But lesson learned.
Lesson learned.
So just be aware at all times. That's all I can say.
Right on. That's what I've covered.
Especially
you guys
going to the ATMs.
Yeah, at night. That's another one. John Allen, a friend of ours, went to an ATM at night after a few beers on the way home at 10:30, and they were watching him, and not too far down the street, that's when he was accosted or whatever.
Yeah, that's what you gotta watch out for. Go
be vigilant.
during the daytime.
Yes.
Earlier in the day is good.
Yeah.
Don't go in, even in the afternoons, late afternoons.
Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah.
That's when they wake up out of their, you know,
Yes.
from their slumber.
Even when you go in the during the day, just kind of look around before you do it.
Yeah.
Cover the keypad, make sure nobody's watching you. So there you go. Well, thank you, Dave. Thank you very much.
No problem.
All right.
Chad, always a pleasure. Good morning. How are you, brother?
You guys, I swung through the Lewis Grand Hotel. Hang on, let me clean the lens. There we go, yes. I am in the grand entrance of the Lewis Grand. Look at this place. Several floors. Beautiful. I'll show you the outside of this place as well. Look at this chandelier. That's as tall as I am. They've held some special events here I've seen lately. He's allowed me to walk around this place. Look at this counter here. Could use a little work.
Thank you very much.